Mellow beat. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, buddy, get right. Yo. I'm alright. Yo. Let's get this live, man. Pat, what's up, man? Happy birthday to you. You see the vibes. Y'all already know. Y'all see the vibes. Yes, sir. What we doing? All right. Let's get this going. Shout out to Pat. Happy birthday to you, bro. Yeah, let's get this money, man. We did well. Week 14 is here. But we did pretty good for week 13. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me change this part right here. Let me know if you can hear me, y'all. I did some changes. My man Julian, what's up, champ? Yes, sir. We got the crew to hit. We got the crew out for today. Yes, it's Thursday. Yeah, man. It's a surprise one. I didn't want to do it tomorrow. I was like, I'm off today. Let's get right into it. Let's try to make some money for week 14. We got some good plays. I looked into the slate already, so hopefully the stream is not too long, but you know, the live stream is all about trying to get as much value, try to get as much, information we can to try to knock this slate out the park. That's what it's all about. So I appreciate everybody staying in tune with me. So yeah, man, we got Julian here, Pat here. Man, that's all you need. And shit, I don't mind talking about myself. I don't mind it. Everybody can stay in tune with me. But yeah, man. Let me know what y'all think. How was y'all week? How y'all do last week? I know Pat cashed last week. But yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying to make sure everything mic'd up properly. Hello?
Hello.
Hmm?
Hello.
Hey, what you got?
Dad.
Yeah.
Could you a big one?
Hmm?
Just say a big one.
What, the screen?
But I can't see myself.
You can't see yourself.
Yeah, because it's there. Can't see. There.
There you go. You see yourself. What is that? Oh, we got the second one. Oh. I think it's the first time they seen both of y'all together. See, the OGs know it was only Olivia. Now they see two of y'all. We got Delilah, Olivia on the stream. All right, I'm going to pull it back. I'm going to get right into it. All right, y'all, get behind me. Get behind me, boo-boo. I'm about to knock out the stream, so you're going to play with sister. Okay? All right, y'all. We already know. We'll go to each quarterback, running back, receivers, tight ends, defense. So let's get into it. So going to my first play, I think you have to look at Justin Fields for today. He's 6,800 on Draftkings. Hey. Calm down, y'all. They gotta calm down. Alright, it's 79 on FanDuel. Let's see. In the great spot, he's averaging 29 fantasy points against Detroit. I think the last time he played at home. Let's see, are they playing home this week? Yes, they're playing home. He had a 43 fantasy point game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. This is a nice game script. I like this game in general. I think you should stack the Detroit and the Bears on the slate. It's a great spot. They're allowing 256 passing yards to the QBs, around 2.3 passing touchdowns, around 23 fantasy points to opposing QBs. I think it's an amazing spot for Justin Fields. The price tag overall. Yes, he's coming back off a, I think it was injury. Well, he come back injury. Yeah, I mean, he had. Let's see. Yeah, it was week 7 through week 10. He was out. You know, he came back. He had 24 fantasy points in week 11 against Detroit. It just seems like he just balls out against them. Love the ceiling for Justin Fields for this week. I think you just got to play him. Julian said, Cowboys doing better than 8-8 under Jerry Jones. I'm great. Pat said, did well thanks to you, brother. Hope everyone's doing well. Yes, sir. Everybody's blessed, man. Glad everybody's doing well. But yeah, them Cowboys, man, when y'all faced us, you know the real deal. Y'all like to bully your own division. So y'all ain't getting no real competition until you play the 49ers, man. You already know. Everybody's talking about the whole Dak MVP, but he ain't played nobody to be considered MVP. That's a whole nother story, but I think it's a great spot if you want to look at Justin Fields at 6,800. Let me go ahead and plug him in. I like him for GBP. I like him for GBP in general. I think it's a good play for him. Let's see, another play to look at. Boy, Julian said, yeah, man. I can't count on the Cowboys, but one thing about the Cowboys, they play better at home. That's one thing I can say about them. But they ain't played no competition. They really haven't. All right, let's go to the next spot. I think you could go up. If you want to go cash, I like Lamar Jackson. I think he's a great play at 77. I think overall, I think it's a great play. He's 8,000 on FanDuel, but 7,700 for Lamar Jackson against the Rams is a great team to go against. You know, Rams giving up almost 245 passing yards a game. Around 24 fantasy points allowed. Hold on. Yeah. All right. What I say? But yeah, going against the Rams at home, they give up around 24 fantasy points one away. So I like this spot. If you want to look at Lamar for cash, I think it's a great selling for him anyway. Last time he played against the Rams, he did have 36 fantasy points, 5 touchdowns. I do like, also I got some nice gem spots for the receivers. I do like Odell Beckham. I think he's very cheap in this spot going against the Rams. I mean, I like Gus Edwards as well, but we'll get into it when we get to the position. But I think Lamar Jackson is a great play to consider. He's averaging around 68% in completion rate, so that's awesome for him. Just like to play all together. So let's go ahead and put Lamar Jackson up top. I think it's a great play. Just a great price tag altogether. Lamar L-Jax. Lamar Jackson. Let's see. We got Josh Allen going to pay up. I mean, obviously he's up there, but going against Mahomes is one of those games where obviously he wants to prove it every time that he's better than Mahomes. But let's see, where are they playing? They playing at Kansas City. He has done well at Kansas City. In his history. In the last 3 games, he had 40, 41, 30 in the last 3, y'all. So he's been dominating. He's been dominating playing at Kansas City. So he has a high ceiling, obvious cash play. He's averaging around 26 fantasy points a game, around 267 passing yards. I wouldn't say to fade it. I mean, he's priced well because he's done great at Kansas City. He did have a great game going against Philly last week, where he had 44 fantasy points against them. So, I mean, I'm sorry. That was week 12. Sorry about that. But yeah, the last game they played Philly at Philly, and he had 44 against them. So, I think it's another game script where, you know, if you want to pay up, I think it's still a great play overall to where he's been dominant playing at Kansas City. So I like this play as well. If you want to go that route, Josh Allen is a good spot to look at. Let's see. Let's go to the next play. So we talk about Fields. If you're going to play the other side, let's see about Mahomes. He's been considered. I mean, he hasn't been bad. He had 25, 43, 22, 29, 21 in the last 5 games playing. I'm sorry. He had 29, 22, 43, 25 in the last 4 playing at home against Buffalo. So I think that's why they priced him a little down. I think around 7,900. But it should be a great game script, obviously. You know, 48.5 implied total in this matchup. I think this is one of the highest implied totals on the slate. Let me double check with... What's the game I like? It was Justin Fields against Detroit. Yeah, that's 43.5 implied. So I'm assuming that the Kansas City and Buffalo is the highest implied total on the slate. So I do like this play if you want to look at both guys here, Allen and Um, yeah, Allen and Mahomes, but I like Allen still in here.
Keep that in there.
Let's see, Mahomes. It's just that obviously we know that he doesn't have the weapons. I mean, Kelsey has to finally get back in his stride. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kelsey being the factor in this matchup. I like Rashee Rice once again. I think he's been his most dependable receiver other than Kelsey. So I like Rice back here. I don't know his price tag, but I definitely want to get on some plays with Rashee Rice. So let's go into the favorite stacks. So far, I already got 4 stacks to look into. I think obviously you have Buffalo. You have Buffalo or Kansas City stack. I'm not going to say, I don't know if you could say Chicago is a GPP stack, but I'll just go ahead and put them in. I think the obvious spots is the Buffalo and Kansas City game. But I do also like Detroit. We had Detroit last week, and they were a GPP play where you should have cashed well if you had Detroit as a stack last week. I think Detroit's back in another play this week. But I like Chicago. I think they're cheap enough to where you get some good value there. Injury list. Let me pull that up because I know for a fact that Herbert is out. So that does help out with what's his name? Foreman Freeman. Was it I said Foreman Freeman. I think it's Dante Foreman. Dante Freeman. Let me hold on for a second. All right, so yeah, Herbert is out. Let me know if anybody else is out, so I can already, put together the list for me. So go ahead and in the chat, anybody else that y'all see that are injured already, so we could already put it. Oh, Julian said Rice is 54 on Draftkings. I think that's a great play. I mean, obviously, he was a great play. I think last time we played him, he was optimal. I think he was like 20-some fantasy points. And in this game script where you're more likely to have to throw the ball, I think he could get up there once again. I'm trying to figure out if it was Tony. That game, Tony was out. I'm not sure if Tony's out again this week. But I definitely like the game script here. But I think he's still a great play. Let's see. Going down the list, I do like Justin Herbert at 7,500. He's more likely going to be overlooked, in my opinion. He's going against Denver, one of the teams that we want to definitely target against the pass and running game. So obviously you got Eckler that could be a factor here. But let's look up. Let's look up everything with Justin Herbert. So going against Denver, he hasn't been well. Let's see how he's been playing at home against them. Yeah, he only had 9 fantasy points last game at home, which is crazy. I'm not sure. Yeah, he only had 238 passing yards that game. 18, 17. It just seems like it should be a better game script for him against Denver. They do allow an average 220 passing yards to the QBs. Around 25 fantasy points went away. So it's a good game script if you look at Justin Herbert. He's 7,500 on DraftKings. You just think that he should be a better play here. I mean, I think Keelan Allen should be a great factor here. Eckler like he should be in an amazing spot, especially going against Denver. You're playing at home. You're playing in the dome as well. You just expect him to do well here. I like Everett as well as a nice little game script. Uh, but yeah, Justin Herbert 7,500. He has 78 on FanDuel. I like the FanDuel price tag as well. I think he'll be overlooked in this on the slate. But yeah, I do like him here, so I'm gonna put Herbert more so on GPP. Let's see who else I'm looking at on in QBs. I like Jared Goff going against, like I said, going to play on the other side of the field against the Bears. I like Goff here once again. He had 16 last week, so he wasn't optimal. But I think in this game script, he should be better here. And he's cheaper. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. They give up around 248 passing yards. It might be a tougher play here. The Bears actually is playing well against QBs. They only given up in the last 4 games 200 yards passing. But let me look at what he's been doing playing at Chicago. He had 15, 19. Yeah, this is not. It doesn't look like it's a good spot. It really doesn't actually look like a good spot. I thought he would, but this might not be a good spot for Jared Goff. He hasn't been playing better at away. He's only averaging 17 fantasy points away. So that's no bueno. What y'all think about Jared Goff? Let me know what y'all think. It just seemed like he should be better, but not liking this spot for him. Is there any other quarterback y'all have in mind for this week? Oh, actually, I like Joshua Dobbs going against the Raiders. He's only 59. He's very cheap. He's 5,900. Let's see what. I think Dobbs is actually a good play. Let's see, he's averaging 17 fantasy points. I think he has Justin Jefferson back, so that actually going to help out in the pass attack. So I think Jefferson is back. The Raiders averaging 271 passing yards allowed a game, around 17 fantasy points a game. I mean, he's cheap, and we know what he could do. He had a bad game against the Bears last game. He had 19 against Denver, but as we saw, he had 25 against Baltimore, 27 against Atlanta, 25 against the Saints. It's a good spot to where he could bounce back here. He definitely going to be lower owned. But having Jefferson back, I think I like this price tag for Joshua Dobbs. He's definitely not a slouch. I'd rather play him over Baker Mayfield, but I like Baker in this game. I mean, he's playing against Tampa, and like I said, when you go against Tampa, man, it seems like you get the best out of QBs when they're going against Tampa. We did go Evans last week, and he was optimal last week, so I'm not sure how I feel with Mayfield. I do like Dobbs. Joshua Dobbs as a GPP play. Let's see. Patrick said, I heard Jefferson may play. Joe Kingsley said, do you like Jalen Warren tonight, assuming Najee plays, or Drake London? Oh, on the 0.5 PPR. Since you mentioned it, let me look into it. I just hate this game in general. I think this game is horrible, but let's look into it. I mean, obviously, if Najee is, I mean, he is questionable, but if he's not playing, then I think it's an obvious spot to go Jalen Warren. But my thing is that the Patriots is one of those teams you don't really run against. They haven't allowed as much to opposing running backs as of late. Let's see who they faced. Najee Harris. Yeah, Eckler had 4. Barkley had 6. Taylor had 14. Robinson had 12. Mostert had 10. I feel like they only allowing 74 rushing yards allowed to running backs. So I'm not gonna say they're a better play, but if anything, I might look into maybe Zeke Elliott. I think Zeke Elliott on the opposite side is valuable here. Pittsburgh is allowing around 101. Yeah, I don't know, man. He said, Pat, what happened last week? Pittsburgh couldn't run it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I thought Warren would be, a better play, especially against Arizona, but I don't know what happened with that. I think Zeke is a better play, in my opinion, playing tonight. Pittsburgh is one of those teams that give up a lot to the run attack, so especially without Stevenson. So I think I like Zeke better in this play. Yeah, no Stevenson tonight, so I think Zeke could eat in the backfield tonight. I'd rather go that route, in my opinion. He said, who else? Or Drake London. I gotta look into Drake London. I don't even know anything about Drake London as of yet. Let's see about Drake London. Yeah, I'd rather play Drake London. Hey Joe, I'd rather play Drake London. Yeah, if you're just choosing between Jalen or Drake London, I'm gonna play Drake London. He's a real valuable spot here. I like the spot for him, especially against Tampa. They're one of the worst defenses against the pass. So I'd rather play Drake London over Najee or Warren. Hopefully, I answered the question. But I like Zeke better than Najee and Warren tonight. But I like Drake London better than Najee. All right. Anybody else that we're looking into at quarterback? We could jump right into running back. Let's see. Jake Browning. He's 5,200. I didn't know he was going to do something like that last week. I mean, he had 30 fantasy points. I mean, that was real impressive. But going against the Colts, I'm going to fade that spot. I'm not going that route. Maybe Desmond Ridder, since we're talking about since we're talking about Atlanta, I think Desmond is a good spot. He had 17 in the last 2 games against the Bucks, and he's only 5,000. So Desmond Ridder could be a great value play. I mean, even GPPs obviously, but great value play at 5,000. I think Desmond Ridder. And we're talking about this nice stack. Yeah, we're talking about a nice stack with Atlanta. I think Ridder, and I gotta look into the running backs, but maybe Robinson could be a good spot here. Maybe Kyle Pitts could be a good spot here against Tampa. That's the thing, man. Tampa is one of those teams that you could get great value and possibly. I think you have to look at teams that play Tampa. They give up a lot, man, and Ridder could be a great value play against Tampa. Joe said, thanks. I will only play Warren if Najee's out. Yeah, I agree with that. But I definitely think you should go London. London is a great spot. And we know Ridder trusts London on the pass, so I like that. What about Stroud against the Jets? I will pass on that. He means 7,600. He doesn't have his guy Dell for the rest of the season. Nico Collins did ball out. Then he had 3 touchdowns last week. To me, that was a fluke, but it's definitely gonna be a spot to. It's a away game, so that's the thing about the Jets, man. You cannot count the Jets out. You can't count them out playing at home. They're just like the Cowboys. They just play better at home. It's 76 for Stroud without his guy Dell. I think Schultz is out too, so you got Schultz and Dell out. I mean, Belvin Jordan did give us value last week with him being low owned. I mean, not low owned, but low price low. But still, man, I mean, Dell opens up the offense, and I think Jets is going to apply pressure. So I'm a fade Stroud, especially as price tag. But yeah, I can't count Jets off at home, man. So I'm gonna leave Stroud alone this week. But let me go ahead and other game potential. I definitely see that happening. A lot of people might jump on Stroud, obviously, but you can't count the Jets when you can't count them out when they play at home. So I'm gonna leave them alone. But let me go ahead and plug in Ritter as a nice value spot. I definitely like Ritter here against Tampa. All right, value. I'm gonna go Ritter. Who else I say for GPP? I think it was. Did I say? Who did I say? Hold on, let me go up. Oh, Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. All right, anybody else y'all like at quarterback? Maybe Aiden O'Connell. I don't know about that. Desmond Ritter. We talk about Baker Mayfield. I don't know about him. Gardner Minshew. No. Joshua Dobbs. I don't know. Russell Wilson, maybe. Last time he played Chargers, he had 24 fantasy points. That running back should be interesting this week. Let's look into that. But let me look into Russell Wilson first. He might be a good spot here. He's playing at LA. He had 14 fantasy points last time he played at LA. He had 1 touchdown, 23 rushing yards, 188 passing yards. Yeah, I don't know about this one. And Russell, I don't think he had a big game yet. The last time he had a big game was against Washington. That was week 2, and that's Washington, obviously. So, I think Chargers defense has been playing better. So I think I'm pretty much done. I think we got a solid core of QBs. He says stream is lagging. I got a lot of stuff going on. Hold on. Let me double check. Alright, stop the stream. Came back on. Let me know. Can y'all see me? Everything back on? Is it still lagging? Let me know. I might have to restart everything. I hope not. Can you see me? Alright, let's get into the next play. Let me know if y'all can't, if everything's still lagging. But I got to continue. Hopefully it's better, but I'm going to continue here. All right, let's go to running backs. Pat says pretty interesting on running backs, so let's look into the running backs. All right, let's look. Mic check, mic check, mic check. All right. It says error. YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay. I hope it's not still lagging. All right, let's go into the running backs. I think you have to play like a Austin Eckler. I mean, he's 7,600. I think that's a great price tag. He's usually around 8,000, but they got him priced down to 76, and he's 75 on FanDuel. I think that's a great price. Playing against Denver, one of the worst teams against the run. Let's see. They give up 124 rushing yards a game to running backs, around 41 fantasy points allowed playing away. I think it's a great spot for Eckler at 7,600. Finally, I think he's due as well. I think he's due. He had 8, 10, and 5 in the last 3 games. And the games before that, he had 24 against the Bears, 21 against the Jets, 22 against Detroit. I just think he's in a great spot where a great matchup. He's in the dome. It seems like he gets better volume when he plays, better production when he plays in domes. I think it's a good spot to consider for Austin Eckler to do damage. So I think a lot of people going to overlook him. So yeah, Eckler's price definitely dropped big time. But I think you should go definitely for Eckler. He's in a great spot too. So many may not look that route because of his recent regression, but I think he's in a good spot here against Denver. And I think if you're going to target Denver, you have to play the running backs. So I think it's a good spot here for him, 7,600. Got him as a GPP. I think just the regression in the last 3. But he's in a good spot here. Another spot to look at. Let's see. I was talking about Bijan Robinson for Atlanta, and going against Tampa could be a good spot. He is 6,500. Playing at home. They give up 105 rushing yards in the last 4 games. Around 19 fantasy points allowed so far into the season. He's beginning the rushing touchdowns, the red zone touchdowns. He had 2 red zone touchdowns in the last 4 games. I believe that was against the Saints in Arizona. But I do like that play for Bijan Robinson for Atlanta. I think Atlanta might be a great stack here, so I'm going to put Atlanta as a nice GPP stack. I do like Robinson. Yeah, let's go ahead and put. I think they're one of my favorite stacks. I think I'm lagging again. What the hell's going on? Like Atlanta. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Bijan Robinson is a good spot. He's 65 on Draftkings. He is 71 on FanDuel. But I think it's a nice game stack if you're going to look at Atlanta against Tampa. Of course, you got Zach Moss. He's 59, and man, he was a bust last week. I mean, he was my value play, but I think that it was highly chalk for. I don't trust Ritter. I don't trust him either, but it seems as he balls out against him. I mean, he had 17 the last 2 times. I mean, at 5,000, it could be interesting to see. I mean, I don't want to see him fail, but he's in a good spot against Tampa at 5,000. Let's see, Zach Moss, he's priced back up, which is crazy. The game where he was in the 4K range, he is garbage, and then they price him up 5,900 after a garbage game. But he's going against the Bengals. I guess that's why, but going against the Bengals, playing at Cincinnati, they give up around 93 rushing yards for the season. 110 rushing yards allowed in the past 4. Giving up 25 fantasy points to running backs. So I guess Zach Moss is back in another spot here, but obviously a lot of people might not going to trust it, because of the. He was in a good spot last week against Tennessee, but, I think Tennessee was a better defense last week. But he had 8 and 9 in the last 2 games. But Zach Moss, he's still in a good spot here. It's just if you're going to trust it, obviously you have to put everything behind you when you go week by week basis, right? So you can't be biased if you played him last week. It is hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard when you had a guy that was in the 4K range and then they price him up $1,000-something the following week. But he's in a better matchup playing at Cincinnati. They're one of the teams where you want to look at to. I don't see the pass attack going on here for the Colts. I don't trust Minshew. So maybe Zach Moss might be the factor on their offense this week. So I'll say to still look at Zach Moss. I mean, he's still under 6,000. If you're looking at a running back under 6,000, I think Zach Moss is still a play to look at. So let me go ahead and plug in Moss. I don't trust it, but I mean, Cincinnati gives up a lot, so I'm going to go back here for Zach Moss. Let's see. Anybody else? Oh yeah, I didn't state the obvious play. You got obviously McCaffrey going against Seattle. I think that's obvious if you want to pay up for McCaffrey. But I have him strictly cash. That's definitely a cash buy. But he's in a great play against Seattle. So if we're going to win, I think the game is going to be closer than we expect in this matchup. I think the game's going to be closer than we think. I I don't know why, but every time we play division rivals, um, especially since Seattle, it's always going to be a close game. But I think McCaffrey is back at a great play again this week. Even Debo Samuel, if you want to look that route. See Alvin Kamara. He's playing against Carolina at home. I mean, my thing about the Saints, man. I'm tired. He's a Minshew, aka Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. Facts. That's facts, bro. I can't trust Minshew, man. Alvin Kamara, I cannot pay 8,000 for Kamara, man. He's in a good spot though, but we see how Taysom Hill is. Man, he robs his upside. You know, Taysom Hill just it'd be a goal line where you're looking at Kamara to do, and then they put in Hill. So I think the upside for Kamara is not there just because of how they utilizing Taysom Hill in the goal line. I mean, or red zone, whatever you think, but it's tough. It's tough to trust it. I mean, Kamara is cash, but I hate his ceiling because of Taysom Hill likes to rob his potential. You know, it's like when they need him, all of a sudden they want to plug him in, but they do him wrong when you got him busting his ass all the way, getting to the goal line, and then you rob him for a touchdown with Hill. Like, I hate that how they do that to him. So that's one thing I don't like about it. But he's in a good spot for 8,200. Let's see who else. Like I said, Deonta Foreman. Hold on, I got is Khalil Herbert out? I gotta double check this. He should be out. Saints has been bad. Yeah, they've been bad. Let me check out Herbert. I could have sworn he was out. Khalil Herbert. Okay. I think Draft Dashboard, they don't. If the person's out, they tend not to put them on the list. So where is he at? You got Kamara up top, Eckler, Bijan Robinson, Zach Moss, Chuba Herbert. Yeah, Deontay Foreman right here. So yeah, Khalil Herbert is out. Playing against Detroit. Let's see Detroit's what they give up. They don't really give up much, so it might not be a good spot for what's his name? For Foreman. But my thing about Foreman is he's one of those guys, man, when he gets the red zone touchdowns. He had two rushing touchdowns. I'm in the red zone. He had one against Carolina. He had one against Detroit last time. That was week 11. So, playing at home, he did have 26 fantasy points last time he played them. He had 21 carries, a touchdown, 165 rushing yards. I don't know if he played. I don't think that was with the same team, but he had played well at home against them. But I say to still play. I think he's a great value as Deonta Foreman. it shows he could do well. I mean, and on top of that, I think it helps without Herbert playing to where he could get better, more carries here. So I think Foreman is a good value play at 5,200. He's 59 on FanDuel. So I think he's a great value play without Herbert. And he also shows that he had dominated them before. So I'm going to go Foreman value. I think it's a great value play. Let's see. Anybody else y'all looking into for this week? Let's see. McCaffrey. Yeah, so Seattle's allowing 90 rushing yards a game to running backs, around 30 fantasy points allowed to the position. We're playing at home. Last time he played him, he had 25, 38. 2018, he had 53. 2 touchdowns. He had 112 receiving yards and 125 rushing yards in 2018 against Seattle. But obviously, that was when he was on Carolina, but that's impressive. I mean, I more likely will have a lot of lines with McCaffrey just because I see a ceiling play for him for this week against Seattle. And he's like the only guy I see that could do work for the Niners this week as well. I mean, obviously, I went Ayuk and Kittle and them last week, but I feel like they hit them ceilings last week. So McCaffrey, he didn't really do much last week. I mean, he got his touchdown, whatnot. He had 22 fantasy points against Philly, but he did have 34 fantasy points against Seattle the week before that, with 2 touchdowns as well. So he's going to be the factor for the Niners offense this week. I'm going to go back here for him. So I'm more likely going to lock in CMC. I think he can give you a 30 or even 40 fantasy points with him alone in your lineups. So I think he's going to be the factor of why we win. So yeah, McCaffrey is definitely a play for me, especially cash. But overall, I'm going to have him in a lot of lineups this week. Is McCaffrey. Let's look into Baltimore. I like Baltimore here against the Rams. They're allowing around 87 rushing yards a game to the position, around 21 fantasy points allowed to the running backs. Obviously, we don't know it's going to be either Keaton, Mitchell, or if they're going to go Gus Edwards. So that kind of hinders the potential, the potential of a ceiling play for either or. I mean, even if they got Justice Hill as well. They got a lot of guys in the backfield, so anybody could eat. Keaton Mitchell, he did have 11 fantasy points against the Chargers. He had 9 carries against the Chargers last time they faced. Last game. I want to go Gus Edwards, but like I said, it's so crowded in the backfield. It's basically whoever gets the game going is going to basically get more carries. I think that's kind of how they utilize in their offense, especially I think is what's his name is who's the tight end? Man, I can't think. Mark Andrews, is he still playing? Is he out still? I gotta see if that's the case. I think he's still out. So Keaton Mitchell could be a spot, but obviously it's so crowded. I might fade it overall. Yeah, McCaffrey should feast on Seattle, definitely, man. Keaton Mitchell, 4,900. He's good value, but like I said, I don't know who's going to be the guy that's going to step up this week for Baltimore. It could be Gus Edwards. It seems as if it should be his time. He had 29, 17, 10, 21, 5. And I feel like it should be Gus Edwards' time at going against them this week. It should be, but it's hard to choose. But I like Gus Edwards the most out of the backfield. I I just want to see. I mean, okay, so looking so far into the week, I mean, not into the week, but into the lineup construction. You could go value, right? Either you're going to go Justin Fields. You might pay up for like a guy like Josh Allen. You could go strictly value at Ritter. But it seems to me, if you want to be safe at running back, you might want to pay up like CMC and Eckler. We'll look into the receivers, but even the receivers, it seems like you might be good with value plays at receivers this week. But we'll look into it because obviously you got like Stephon Diggs and you got guys like Kelsey and but I think we're more likely going to look at $6,000 players at receivers. I just want to double check, make sure I'm done. But I want to look at Gus Edwards before I continue. So Gus Edwards is expected to start, obviously, but he is due for a good game. He is due. And he's 5,900. I wouldn't be surprised if he does well this week. I like him here. All right, I think we're done. Let me know what else you think for the running backs, but we're going to continue on. But like I said, my favorite is going to be McCaffrey, Eckler, or I might go McCaffrey, maybe a Bijan Robinson. Or if I want to be crazy, I might go down to like a McCaffrey and Deonta Foreman. I think Foreman to me is a great value play at running back. So I'm more likely might go to like a Foreman, especially without Herbert. And the fact that he balled out last time playing at home against them, it just seems the right play might be Foreman. So, yeah, those might be my two guys at running back. All right, so let's look into receivers. I think we got a nice little list of names. Just want to make sure we're good. I got a lot of freaking quarterbacks on my list. I got Jackson, I got Allen, Mahomes, Herbert, Fields, Dobbs, and Goff. And Ritter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 8 quarterbacks. I want to shrink my quarterback list. Allen, Mahomes, Herbert, Fields, Dobbs, Goff. I mean, I like all of them. But, okay, running backs. I have Eckler. I got Bijan Robinson. Yeah, Moss for him. I think I got a good list for running back. I'm okay with what we have for running back. I thought it was gonna be more, but I think I'm good where I have. McCaffrey, Kamara, Eckler, Robinson, Moss. Yeah, I like those. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. All right, let's look into our receivers. Come on, PC. into the receivers. So yeah, Justin Jefferson is back and going against the Raiders. You got Keenan Allen up top, and a good spot against Denver. Amon St. Brown is back in another good spot. Michael Pittman has been a good focal point for their offense. Jamar Chase finally bounced back from his slump. DJ Moore, that's my guy. I think he's my guy. He's going to be my guy for this week. I think Chris Olave's in a good spot, but he didn't practice today. So he is questionable. He has a questionable tag on him. Not sure what's going on with him. I got to double check what's going on with him. Where is Olave? I know he in practice. There he is. 7,000. He in practice Thursday. He's in a good spot against the Carolina Panthers. I like Chris Olave if he plays. If he plays. But let me go ahead and plug him in. It seems as if my stream is lagging. Ever since I added that new start of the stream with the whole video, it's slowing everything down. I like it though, but it's only slowing down everything. Everything's slowing down. Okay, let me add. I can't even add, man. Everything's slow right now. Bro, my whole thing is slow right now. I can't even type. Fuck, man. I might have to do something. I might have to make it to like a loop and not a video. I gotta figure this out. Everything's slow. Okay, so we got Olave. He's questionable. Who else is probably a good play? I mean, I think you can play Pittman. He's 7,300. I just don't want to pay that much, but he's in a good spot playing against the Bengals. They give up 197 receiving yards to the receivers, around 40 fantasy points allowed. He's been a factor in the last two games. He's been at his peak. He had 16, 24 against Tampa, 31 last week against against Tennessee. He's in a good spot here against the Bengals. I mean, I think he's a good cash spot. If you're looking this route with Michael Pittman, 7,300 for Michael Pittman. I would just go. I'll say he's cash, but I like Michael Pittman. like Amari Cooper going against Jags. He playing at home. And we know how he is when he play home. It's like he's one of those guys you have to play at home. Amari Cooper's averaging 15 fantasy points at home. He's 58 fantasy points too. I mean, with Browning, not Browning, but with Flacco in play, it could be a good spot for Amari Cooper. Let's see, he's 5,800. Amari Cooper. Where's he at? Amari Cooper. He is questionable. What happened with he didn't practice Thursday either. What's going on with these guys? I like Amari Cooper for 58. But if he doesn't play, Elijah Moore is in play. Did we mention Gabe Davis last time we talked about Gabe? He finally balled out for us. That's hilarious. It's so, like I said, it's so hard to play Gabe Davis. I swear. But the last time he played at Kansas City, he had 55 fantasy points. I'm not sure what happened in that game, but he had 4 touchdowns. I remember that game. That was crazy. When no, sorry, it wasn't the last game, but it was a divisional game, and he had 4 touchdowns. I remember he just kept going off that game. But yeah, last time he played, it was week 6. Last year, he had a touchdown, 3 receptions, 6 targets for 16 fantasy points. Like I said, even looking at GameStat, Gabe Davis is a good spot here, but we just don't know what we're going to get out of him. That's his bottom line. You just don't know when you'll get a good Gabe Davis. Mike Evans, I guess, is in another good spot. I might fade it against playing at Atlanta. Let's see what he's done. Last time he played at Atlanta, he had 17, 29. Shout out to him, though. He's just balling this year, though. He is 7,700. Averaging 19 fantasy points a game. Hey, Pat, is it getting better? Let me know if it's getting better right now. You said the stream is lagging. Yeah, it's lagging. Ever since I added that, I swear, ever since I added this new, the start of the stream, it just started lagging crazy. Is it getting better right now? Let me know. Yeah, it's bad right now. Just let me know if it's getting better, though. Let's see. My computer's getting better. Everything's getting better. Everything's flowing better. I just need to know if the stream is getting better. Another play I do like is Josh Downs. If you want to look, maybe Indy is a good spot. Maybe Indy is a good spot here. I like the value for Josh Downs. And like I said, playing against Cincinnati. It looks like a good spot for the receivers. I just don't trust Minshew, but I do like Josh Downs. He's 4,900, and he is 59 on FanDuel, but I like the Draftkings price tag for him. Yo, 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 yo. Let me know if it's got better. I just restarted everything, so let me know if it got better. Alright, just want to make sure it got better. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Sure it got better. Yeah, it looks like everything says excellent. Everything looks good. Seems everything looks better. Excellent connection. I got better connection right now. Let me know if it got better, y'all. Just want to make sure. I think everything's slowing down. Looks better. Keenan Allen. If you're looking at Keenan Allen, he's 8,600. He is priced up. He's averaging 23 fantasy points a game. Last time he played, he had 33 at Denver, but he's playing at home. I mean, it looks like it should be another good spot. I mean, for cash, I'm more likely going to fade on cash, but he's in a good spot here. But the defense has been one of the toughest defense against the pass. They're 8th in defense against receivers. Yeah, they're only allowing 141 receiving yards. So I might just consider Eckler here. It's real tough for me to go and pay 86 for a tough defense to where he might get 18 to 20 fantasy points for his price tag. I think it's more like JJ, Cash, Allen, Pittman type of play. Let's see. I do like Garrett Wilson. I think he's a great play at 5,500 going against Houston. They're one of the teams where you give up a lot to the pass. They give up 192 receiving yards to the position. Of course, got Zach Wilson back into the lineup as a starter. I think he didn't want to be a starter. I think ever since they kind of like, they went to like a Simeon and he did garbage. Then they told him that he'll be back as a starter. He refused to start. It's ugly in New York, man. It's real ugly. No one wants him to be a quarterback starting. But I mean, it's a good spot for Garrett Wilson in general. He had 18 against the Raiders. He had 17 against Miami. And this is a good game script with Houston. It might be ugly, but I think Garrett Wilson is the guy to throw to regardless. I think it's a great play for GPP for Garrett Wilson. I think he'll be overlooked. I think you have to look at like a Garrett Wilson under 6,000. Where's he at? He's getting the targets. He has 7, 10, and 8 in the last 3. Going against a mediocre defense against the pass, I think Garrett Wilson's a great play for value. Who thought Alec Pierce would go off last week? That was impressive. 22 fantasy points. All right, let's go to the next play. I like Garrett Wilson. Like we mentioned, Drake London, I think he's in a great play. Like I said, going against Tampa, they're giving up 193 receiving yards to the position, around 40 fantasy points to the position. He's averaging 14 fantasy points at home. I love this play for Drake London for value at 4,600. There's a nice value play here for Drake London. Yeah, he's in a great play at 4,600. I think it's too cheap. Drake London, there he is. I think I'll go that route for Drake London. Let's see. Drake London for value, 4,600 for Drake and London. It's too cheap. I like that play for him. Let's see, Nico Collins. He had 26, 37 in the last 2 games. I just feel like it's not a good spot against the Jets defense. But he's going to get, obviously, a lot of targets, a lot of volume his way. He had 12 targets last week. He had 9 against the Jags. He had 11 against Arizona. So for 7,600, I think he's obvious cash. But I'm gonna fade Nico this week. I just don't like the matchup here for him. Yeah, I just don't like the matchup at all for them this week. Another spot, Amara St. Brown. Some of Chicago's actually hasn't been given up to the receivers. Around 110 receiving yards to the position, but he's averaging 23 fantasy points, went away, getting 10.5 targets, 8,200 for him. I mean, this is a bad matchup for them, but it's hard for me not to say it's a good spot. He did have 25 last time he played at Chicago last year. I'm not sure what week that was. I think it was week 10 last year. He had 25, 10, 22 in the last 3 games. But playing at Chicago, he did have a 25 last time he played them at Chicago. So it's 8,200. I do like the spot for him here for cash. St. Brown. You got Tyler Lockett. I think Tyler Lockett has been real quiet lately. What's up with Tyler Lockett? Where is Tyler Lockett at? Let's see. Tyler Lockett. Where's Tyler Lockett? There he is. Okay, so Tyler Lockett is playing the Niners. I mean, 5,600 for him. He hasn't been getting as much volume as of late, but he's one of those guys, man. He's always been a factor against the Niners. Niners has given up 158 receiving yards to the position lately, around 43 fantasy points at home to the position. Last time he played, he had 10, 23, 6, 33. So he's always been a factor against us. Last time he played us, he only had 6 fantasy points. But I wouldn't be surprised if he bounces back playing at our house. You know, he's averaging 12 fantasy points for the season. 7.3 targets, so he's still getting the target volume. It's just if he gets into the end zone. But I would not count him out here because he's been a factor. And at 5,600, he's a play for sure. I mean, he's getting the volume. It's just if he gets in the end zone. I mean, McCaffrey obviously has been balling lately. 6,700. He had a 40 fantasy point game last week, just taking it to the house. I think he had 3 touchdowns. I'm not sure. I think he had 3 touchdowns last week. But I think a lot of people is gonna not overlook Lockett at 5,600. He could be a factor on their offense on the other side of the ball. Let's see, Stephon Diggs, he's 8,800. Good grief. So last time he played at Kansas City, he did have 34 fantasy points, 13 targets, 10 receptions for a touchdown, 148 yards against them. Kansas City has given up 163 receiving yards in the last 4 games, around 36 fantasy points to the position. So obviously Diggs is a spot here. He's on a slight incline. He had 7, 19 in the last 2, 19 against Philly last game. I think he's going to be a factor in this offense against Kansas City. Well, he should be. Yeah, so I do like Diggs. He is priced up here, but I think Diggs is a solid cash spot. I'm not sure where he's at on here. Diggs. There he is, 88. Obviously, I want to keep it short and at receivers. Let's see, JJ. Pittman St. Brown. Tyler Lockett. Pittman St. Brown. Diggs. Alright, I didn't go with my boy. Where's my boy at? I had my dude, DJ Brown. DJ Moore, sorry. DJ Moore. I think he's a solid play for sure. I think he's a lock going against Detroit. DJ Moore is averaging 18 fantasy points, 7.8 targets. Detroit is giving up 191 receiving yards to the position. I think DJ Moore is a lock at 6,500. I think you just got to lock him in there. I think he's a easy spot for 6,500. GPP, gotta go more. Let me look at Deebo Samuel. Is Samuel not on a... Am I tripping? Why can I not play Samuel? He's not on the list. Deebo. There's no Deebo? Am I tripping? I think you have to look at Deebo. He had 22, 32 in the last 2 games against Seattle. Yes,
want some Blaze.
You want to do what?
Blaze.
Oh, you want to put Blaze on?
Yeah.
I think Debo Samuel's a play at 6,800. Just a moment, y'all. Help my daughter real quick. I'll be right back. You're welcome. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go Debo. Not sure what's going on with that, but I gotta figure out why Debo's not on the list. I'm gonna go Debo, Cash. Any other receivers y'all might have, let me know in the chat. Like I said, I like, Rasheed Rice. He's in a good spot. Gotta double check Rasheed Rice. Yeah, so Debo, the last two times he faced them, he had 22 at Seattle. He had 32 at home. He had 39 at home. I think it's a good spot for Debo once again. He always dominant playing at home against Seattle. Yeah, so I like Debo a lot here at 68. All right, let me look down to Rasheed Rice. Where's he at? All right, right, so Buffalo, they allow an average 126 receiving yards to the position. Going against Buffalo. It'd be a first time playing against Buffalo at 5,400. Let's see, I might not have to go that route, but I like this spot for Rasheed Rice. 5,400. All right, and that should be it at receivers. Let me know what y'all think on receivers. Anybody I might have in mind, put it in chat. I think I'm done with that on receivers. Let's look at the tight end spot. All right, let's look at tight ends. Okay, so we have Cade Otton. I think it's a good value play for him. Where is he at? He's cheap too. He's 3,100. Going against Atlanta is one of the worst teams against the position. So they give up around 63 receiving yards to the tight ends, around 13 fantasy points a game. I mean, he had 9-9 in the last two. He had 9 against the Niners, 9 against the Colts. So he's in a better play against Atlanta. I wouldn't mind having this spot here, especially for his value. Yeah, I think he's in a good spot here. Let me look up. Of course, you got Kelsey in play. Let me see. What's up with Kittle? Let's see. I'm fading Kittle. Got Travis Kelsey. I'm not sure if Kelsey, if he was considering retiring. Did he say he wouldn't mind retiring? But he's been a good factor playing at home against Buffalo. He had 22, 24, 18, 40 in the last 4 games at playing at home. I think he's a confident play at 7,800. I mean, he's just been real effective at home playing at Buffalo. I feel like you just have to plug him in here. He's definitely a solid play for his price. So I like Kelsey at cash. I do want to consider Otton. I like the value for Otton. I think it's a great play for value for Otton. Let's see. I like Hawkinson. I think it's a good stack for Minnesota. Going against the Raiders, they allow 50 receiving yards to tight ends, around 13 as well. Playing at Las Vegas. I think TJ Hawkinson is a good play at 6,000. I think Kyle Pitts could be a nice value play. at 3,700. Yeah, Tampa allows around 57 receiving yards to the position, around 16 fantasy points to win away. See, Darnold Parham, is he a good spot? He could be a nice spot for value. I think he could be a sleeper. I do like Darnold Parham Jr. I do want to consider what's his name? Everett. I think he's a good spot as well. Yeah, Gerald Everett looks like he's in a good spot. I mean, overall, this is a spot where you want to consider playing the tight ends. They allow 71 receiving yards to tight ends, 18 fantasy points as well. Playing away, so I think Gerald Everett is a great play at 3,400. I think he's too cheap for 3,400.
Is it okay if I go to the gym?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or you're almost done?
I'm almost done, but you go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'll go late. Yeah, I think Gerald Everett's too cheap at 3,400. I'm shocked he's at that price tag. So I like Gerald Everett. I think he's a good spot to consider for the value. I think he's got good upside. Yeah, great upside actually, but it's hard not to play him. I like Gerald Everett for his price. Hawkinson. Yep. So those in play is Schultz. I think he didn't practice. He's questionable still. Taysom Hill. Oh, he's questionable. So we got to double check on that, because let's go ahead and put that on the injury list, because if Taysom Hill's out, then you have to plug in Kamara. Taysom Hill is out. I mean, sorry, he's questionable. I'm gonna put out. Taysom Hill's questionable. Schultz is questionable. Yeah, so it opens up. I mean, if Taysom Hill's out, then I think you have to look at Kamara with a better ceiling with him out. Just help out with the running game. Kincaid, is he a good spot against Kansas City? I'm not sure. 5,500 for Kincaid. I'm not sure if I want to go that route, but I just don't know what to do with Atlanta's tight ends. It's either going to be Kyle Pitts or they might go to Jonnu Smith. You just really don't know who, but I mean, it's in a good spot overall. Tampa's allowing an average 57 receiving yards to the position, around 16.9 to the position. This could be a spot for Jonnu Smith. I wouldn't be surprised. He had 20, 19, 6 in the last 3 against Tampa. Kyle Pitts. Yeah, against Tampa, we have 12, 9, and 8 in the last 3. I mean, both guys in play. I mean, you had 37 for Kyle Pitts. How much is Jonnu Smith? 31 for Jonnu Smith. I'll say for value, I do like. I think both guys are in play for value. I think Kyle Pitts and Jonnu Smith are in play for value. Let me know what y'all think. Anybody that thinks likewise with any other play. Kind of what I like here. I don't see anybody else I don't like. Alright, I think I'm done with tight ends, and we can follow up with the last play for the defense. Appreciate y'all staying in tune. Feel free to like. Please share. All right, let's get into the last bit of plays. So of course you got Texans defense. I mean, it could go. The Jets offense, they haven't been clicking obviously, but the opposing defense has been averaging 12.7 fantasy points. So I guess that's why Texans is expensive, 4,000. But it usually doesn't go that route, you know. Even though they price them up, you tend not to play the most expensive defense. But I understand why they are the most expensive. So I do want to consider that spot for Texans. Let's see the Niners. I'm not sure if I'm going to play the Niners defense. All right, let's go ahead and plug in. Cash is obviously the Texans defense. And look at my favorite stacks. I think I had added some new stacks. I think it's Minnesota stack. It's a cash spot for Minnesota. Lions. What do they play again? Oh, Bears. I like the Bears. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs didn't bring the A game. I wouldn't be surprised at that. I do want to consider Bills for value. I think Bills for 2,500 is ideal. I mean, Mahomes has been having a hard time clicking with their offense. I wouldn't be surprised. So I would put Bills defense as a nice value play. I can see a lot going wrong with the Chiefs offense. I mean, they've been having a hard time to get it going. Bills could just go crazy on them. I like the value for the Bills at 2,500. I think that's a cheap play where they could dominate. Maybe Jets defense. I mean, 2,900 for Jets. I like that as well. I don't really see Houston clicking either, but I do like the Jets as well. I think they're a good spot to consider. Let's see. GPP, no. I say Bills would be, to me, GPP. I like the value for the Jets. I mean, I think Jets could even do well, too. I like the Jets. I see a lot of right with the Bills, but I do understand. 49ers. Falcons did well last week. Colts. We had Colts last week. They did good. Yeah, I think this is where you want to target. I think Bills. I like the Bills a lot at 25. I think that's a great spot to look at. Browns against the Jags. Bengals against I wouldn't be surprised at that either. Bengals defense. Broncos defense against LA. Were they playing at LA? They're playing at LA. They had 19, 8, 7, 3. Not really liking that play. Bears against Detroit. Yes, boo boo. I think that's about it that I like here on defense. I think I might go Saints. I do like Saints a lot against Carolina. I think you have to play them against Carolina. Carolina is allowing 10.6 opposing defenses, around 3.3 sacks. Bryce Young is not the answer. So, yeah, I think you definitely got to look at the Saints at 3,900. They're obviously another top play for cash. Potential upside as well, but definitely a play to consider for defense is Saints. Defense. And I think we're done. I think we're pretty much done here. Yep, I think we're pretty much done with that. So let me know what y'all think. We're going ahead and throw up the big dun, dun, dun. Put up the big screens. And then we make me a little small up top. There we go. Do, do, do. Alright, let's look into making a lineup for Draftkings. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Let's go lineup optimizer. I really feel like you have Josh Allen as a what you call it? A one-off. Just by himself. Oh yeah, I forgot to put Odell Beckham. What was I thinking? I forgot about Odell. Let's go ahead and plug him in. I like him here for Odell. Let me go to receivers real fast. Odell Beckham. Yeah, love Odell here. I think he's a great value play. He's going to be in my gym play. Love him in this spot against the Rams. 38, 10, 12 in the last 3 seasons, and he's only 3,800. So I do like Odell Beckham. I think you have to have him in some lineups construction. Let me go ahead and plug him in there real quick for value. OBJ. Alright. So let's go ahead and let's do a Justin Fields line. Let's lock him in at quarterback. Alright, and let's lock in DJ Moore. Alright, let's lock that in. Generate. Alright, let's lock in McCaffrey. Let's lock McCaffrey in there. Let's see what we get with that. Okay. I want him here. I don't want him in a flex. Okay. Alright. I think Saints defense is pretty much solid. I think that's solid for Saints. I would do one with the Bills, but I think Saints is overall solid against Carolina. I just don't see Carolina doing anything. DJ Moore. Odell is my value. Garrett Wilson, 55. I like Rasheed Rice too, 54. Drake London, 46. I want to. Night. Where you going? Upstairs?
Huh?
Where you going? Upstairs?
No. I said going in the playroom.
I'll be done in a little bit, okay?
Huh?
I'll be done in a little bit.
Soon?
Almost done.
Okay.
Can I have a Travis Kelce? I doubt I can have a Travis Kelce line. Let's put Everett there. Let's put him there at flex. No, let's put Everett at tight end. I think he's a great play for value. He's too cheap. And then open up with DJ Moore, Saints, DJ Moore, Odell, value, Zach Moss. I'm not really sold on Moss, but like I said, I will make a line with Moss. Let's just save him in there because I want to have some plays with Moss because he did dud last week, but he could bounce back in his play this week. Like Donta Foreman at 52, I think is a great value play for Chicago. Garrett Wilson. I feel like I could do better. I think I could do. How much do we have left? 1100. I think I could do better. Let's see what we do with Odell. I like Odell though, but yeah, I like Odell for his price point. I mean, Josh Downs is a good spot at 49. I like Rasheed Rice at 54. Is Tony available? I think there's Tony is back, so I might hinder his value.
You throw the jump a little bit.
What's Lola?
She's upstairs.
Is she asleep?
No, she's just watching TV. You wanna go sit with her?
I'll be in a second.
I was talking to Livy. You wanna go sit with Sissy?
I'm fine.
Oh, wow.
Let's go DJ Moore. 65.
Where's the toe?
I'm not gonna be long. Mommy's only gonna go for a little bit. Alright, boom. I'll be back. I'm just gonna do cardio. I'll be back.
Alright.
You go girl, okay? If you're hungry, tell Daddy you're squeezing right at me.
What's on you, those?
I think it's hard not to play Odell. I'm like kind of sold on Odell for value at 38. London. I like London. Leave him alone.
You know that?
I kind of sold on what I have here. I might change Garrett Wilson for somebody in 6,000 range. Let's put Calvin Ridley. We can talk about Ridley. Ridley could be a better play here. I'm gonna go Ridley. Let's go Ridley right there. Let's save Ridley there. Let's save. Let's get Tyler Lockett. I like him here too. I like Lockett a lot. Let's get Tyler Lockett in there. I want Bijan Robinson. I think Bijan could be a good. Look at my boy Gus, man. I've been talking about Gus all day. Let's get Gus in there. Gus Edwards is a good spot to consider. I like Gus, man. Let's get Zach Moss in there. Let's save him in the lineup. Let's go Josh Allen. Let's do Josh Allen by himself. Let's do Mahomes. Let's do a Mahomes line. He has to step up someday, right? And I think in this type of matchup, you want Mahomes to step up here. So let's go Mahomes. He should step up. So let's get Mahomes, pair him up with Kelsey. Kelsey, like I said, he does work against Buffalo. Let's get I like Odell. Let's keep Odell for value. Let's pivot off of let's get Eckler in there. Let's get Bijan in there. Alright, we got 54, so we gotta cut down some more fat. Let's cut that through. Let's go Everett for better value. Let's go there. We got 53, 8, so we gotta cut some more fat, man. Let's go Odell here. 3,800. Where we at now? Like $800? Oh, $2,000. Good God. Foreman. That's not bad for Mahomes line. Let's add that in there. Let's add Jackson in there. Add a Jackson line with Odell. Let's bounce back with a better with some Gus Edwards. Zach Moss. I like that a lot. Let's do that. 45. Yeah, I like that with 500. We got Lamar, Moss, Edwards, D. Moore, Beckham, London, Kelsey, Everett, Saints. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's keep that. I want to do one with Wilson because I think Wilson is going to be a great factor. I like him a lot. Let's do Wilson. Garrett Wilson. Okay, we got Garrett Wilson. Let's switch up Edwards with Foreman. That's not bad. I like that a lot too. I like Justin Fields a lot, especially going against Detroit. I think you have to set and forget it with Justin. I like Justin Fields a lot here. So, who can we add up? I think Bijan's in a better play this week against Tampa. I think Bijan's going to be a great factor against Tampa. Let's do a line. Let's do Jets defense. Let's do Jets defense. Let's do that. Where we at? Money wise, we got a lot of money remaining. We got more Beckham. Who can we add here? I think Kokomet might be a factor. Let's throw Kokomet in there. What's up with Kokomet? Maybe he's a factor. Pair him up with Fields and Moore. That could be a nice little stack right there for Chicago. Alright, we're done with that with Draftkings. Alright, let's do FanDuel. Fields is still a good price tag. Joshua Dobbs is a great price tag. Let's throw him there, 7,300. I think it's a great play for him. Let's get McCaffrey in there. We got who's that? Oh, Bijan Robinson. That's a nice little stack. I like that running back stack right there. And we have She Rice. We got London at 64. I think Odell's a great price, 57. Justin Jefferson. I want to play him, but it's kind of hard to play him at that price. I think you have to like see what we could do with the Justin Jefferson line. I mean, you still have a lot of money left. We gotta find a way to fit him in there. Let's do should be a better defense where we could pay down. Let's do Bills defense. 3,500 for Bills defense. Alright, we could drop that. I just need one more play to drop it even more. Gotta figure out a way. What else can we drop down? Kate Otten could be nice value at 49. Who else do we got? 8,800 remaining. Jared Everett, I like him a lot. I mean, obviously, the reason why it's priced up because McCaffrey's 10,500. But man, I might have to go like Kamara or maybe go down to Eckler. Let's go down to Eckler instead. Let's do Eckler. I think Eckler's probably a better play. I mean, they're both in good spots, but I know Eckler has a good ceiling here against Denver. Justin Jefferson. Got Kate Otten. I probably could still go up to Kelsey. I could still go Everett. I just need to find another play. 900 remaining. You gotta take 900 off. So maybe have to pay down from Robinson to maybe a Foreman. That's not a bad play against Detroit. I like that. You got Dobbs. You got Jefferson play. You know, nice little bounce back. You got Kelsey still in play. Even if you don't want it, I mean, we have ways where we go back down to like an Everett here. Or, I mean, we could go Hawkinson. We talked about Hawkinson. We can pay down to Hawkinson. And that opens up to where we could probably go back to... We'll probably go back up. Zach Moss. There you go. That's a nice line. I like that a lot. We got Joshua Dobbs, Eckler, Moss, Beckham, Jefferson, Moore, Hawkinson, Everett, Bills. I like that a lot for FanDuel. That's a great line. And then, yes, boo. We still got Fields. You could put like a Fields line. How we had it before. I do want to do a Bijan though. I think he's in a good spot against Tampa. We still got the value with London. We could put London somewhere. We got to figure out where we put London at. 6,400 for London. We could put Everett here. 51. Where we at? Yeah, 100 left. That's not bad. So we got Fields, Eckler, Robinson, Beckham, Jefferson. And the thing is, we got a Jefferson line. We got Moore, Everett, we got London. And that's not bad at all if we want to add that. I like that. I mean, if we don't want Jefferson, we still have money to where you could pay down for better plays, obviously. But, Garrett Wilson. I just think he's in a good spot here, but we need people with 20. We need people with 20 plus upside. Ridley could have a 20 plus upside. Against Cleveland, I don't know, but he's in a good spot. Rasheed Rice. He's one. Only reason why I played him when he had that 20 plus because Tony was out, and I think Tony's back in. Let's get a Deebo Samuel. He shows he has upside playing Seattle. Who else? Got Kamara. I will only play this line if Taysom Hill's out. I definitely want to play Kamara, especially against. I mean, he's in a good spot regardless. But if you don't, I mean, let's get him McCaffrey. Let's do one with McCaffrey. We got enough money to where we could try to get a play with McCaffrey. I mean, we could still pay down from Samuel, and we could go back to Wilson. I think we could go to Wilson. No, we can't. Shoot. Where we at? How much money we got left? 600. I like Robinson. I want to play a Robinson McCaffrey line. I just don't. We just need 900. We got Downs. I like Downs against Chicago. I don't know. Let's put Downs in there. Let's save that line. Maybe I might have to go away from London. Maybe I put London up top. I gotta figure another strategy. I mean, I could play Cole Kmet, and then I could pay up here at receiver. Garrett Wilson. I still like Garrett. I'm gonna do one with Garrett just in case. But I do like Garrett. I do want to do one. Foreman's in a good spot. Let's get him down here at the flex. Let's get Foreman on the flex. Where we at? Damn, $100 left. Let's get out Wilson. Let's put in I think it's London. That's not a bad line. I like that a lot. 200. Yeah, I like these lines, y'all. I mean, here's my save lineups. Like I said, with Draft Dashboard, you could just get all your favorite lineups that you created, as you can see, and you can just click on click on select all, or whichever ones you want to play. You can do select all, and then you click export selected. It'll give you that file to where you can send it to your FanDuel platform or Draftkings, either or. But as you can see, it saves it for you per week. So, but appreciate everybody staying tuned with me. Love y'all. Y'all collect that bag for the week. And yeah, it's Mellow DFS, man. Y'all stay blessed as always. And hopefully let's cash good this week, man. But yo, this is my stack, as you can see. There we go. So this is my stack on the list. So, all right, love y'all, man.